Yo, what up guys, it's your boy Chris Leafley. Welcome back to another video, and today we'll be talking about my Wrestlemania 42 match card predictions after the Royal Rumbles, because my first one before the Royal Rumble was fucking terrible. It was completely wrong. So let's get into my night one. Just prefacing this, I'm not predicting these matches to actually be on night one. I just separated it so it looks much better. But my night one main event will probably be the night one main event, and my night two main event will definitely be the night two main event. So let's get right into it with my opener. Seth Rollins versus Braun Breaker. This is going to happen. Probably a street fight or like a Falls Count Anywhere or Extreme Rules fight. This is going to be a really good fight. Braun just got eliminated by a masked attacker who used the curb stomp. I think Paul Heyman has been working with Seth Rollins ever since he was turned on. I've always had the theory that Austin Theory was sent in by Seth Rollins to work with the Vision until he gets back. And I believe that it was probably Logan Paul or Austin Theory that attacked Braun Breaker, and it will be revealed later on that Seth Rollins was the mastermind. And this will be the main event. This will be the opener of WrestleMania 42. I think Breaker finally getting a big match at Mania. I think Seth is going to be healed by WrestleMania. Otherwise, this could be replaced with Logan Paul versus Braun Breaker. But I do think Seth Rollins is going to make it to Mania. So moving on. This match is almost confirmed. El Grande Americano versus original El Grande Americano. Chad Gable returned at the Royal Rumble directly after El Grande came out. They've had multiple interactions in the Rumble. Obviously, Chad Gable eliminated El Grande Americano, and El Grande distracted Ludwig Kaiser during his match against Javon Evans on Monday Night Raw. So they are building up a match between these two. And I think it's inevitable. I think it's going to definitely happen at Mania, and I think it's going to be a fun time. Chad Gable finally gets his WrestleMania match, and it's just going to be a fun time. Fun match. Both of these superstars can go, though. So I think it is actually going to be a really good match. Moving on. Charlotte versus Alexa Bliss for the United States Championship. I still believe one of these two will win the United States Championship before WrestleMania. I think we're getting heel Alexa Bliss. Alexa Bliss was eliminated in the Royal Rumble by Charlotte. I think Charlotte will probably beat Alexa Bliss for the right to be in the Elimination Chamber. And then Alexa Bliss costs Charlotte somehow in the Elimination Chamber, and therefore this feud gets kicked off, and they fight each other at WrestleMania. It's almost a 100% guarantee that these two are going to have a match at WrestleMania. It's just a matter of if there's a champion involved and who is the heel. And I think Alexa Bliss is a much better heel than a face. So I think Alexa Bliss is going to be the one that turns on Charlotte. Moving on. LA Knight versus Chris Jericho. I'm still riding this. I think Chris Jericho's making his return sometime before WrestleMania, and I think the perfect program to go against is LA Knight. LA Knight's going to be matchless at WrestleMania unless he's thrown into some meaningless program for the United States Championship in like a ladder match or something. So I think this is going to be the match. I think Chris Jericho's going to come back as a heel, and I think LA Knight versus Chris Jericho promo battle, catchphrase battle is going to be a fun segment, and I feel like this is the perfect match for Triple H to book. And I feel like this is going to be a very bad in-ring match, but I feel like it'll get the crowd going with all of the chants and shit. So this is what I have for LA Knight. AJ Lee versus Becky Lynch. Again, this is like a shoo-in. Becky Lynch has now won the Intercontinental title back from Maxine Dupree. AJ Lee hates Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch hates AJ Lee. AJ Lee cost Becky Lynch originally the title, and she beat her at Survivor Series. They haven't really interacted since Survivor Series, or since their Monday Night Raw before Survivor Series or something like that, when she cost the Intercontinental title. but I feel like they're just saving it because you can't really tell this story over the last 5 months. You got to give some grace period in between, and that's why I believe Becky Lynch had that feud with Maxine Dupree, so that there is something for her to do in the meantime. But I definitely think AJ Lee is winning the Intercontinental title at WrestleMania against Becky Lynch. They teased this massively at Monday Night Raw. Brie Bella has confirmed that she's going to be wrestling semi-part-time, maybe full-time, and they're going after the tag titles. I think this is the biggest match you can make for the women's tag team titles. I think the women deserve the tag team titles to be on WrestleMania, and I feel like the division has life. I feel like it's actually producing good quality matches. The teams feel genuine. They're not just two single stars pushed together. Rhea Ripley and Io Sky are two of the biggest stars in wrestling right now, and the Bella Twins are the original women's tag team ever. And I feel like this will happen. I think the Rhea Ripley and Io Sky probably retain, but they've made their intentions clear that the Bellas are heading towards the women tag team titles. And originally I had this slated as a ladder match with another couple women in it, the Nia and Lash, Lyra and Bayley, but I think this match will be better as a tag team match with just these two. And I think this will be a fun match. So this is my prediction, the Bellas versus Rio. Now for my night one main event, I have Cody Rhodes winning the Elimination Chamber, Drew McIntyre walking into WrestleMania the WWE Championship, and Jacob Fatu being added to the match due to trying to kill both superstars. This has been hinted, like Cody Rhodes versus Drew McIntyre is the WrestleMania match. It's just a matter of if Jacob Fatu will be featured. And I think they've done Drew versus Cody too many times to have it headline of WrestleMania. So I think they will have the factor of Jacob Fatu added into the match, so it has something special, something different from the other matches. And I feel like this will be the night one main event. And hopefully, in my dream world, I'd have Jacob Fatu winning the WWE Championship. Moving on to night two. The opener will be a United States ladder match. A United States Championship ladder match. These aren't going to be the actual people in the match. Even though I do believe Carmelo Hayes will walk into WrestleMania as the champion, I do believe Trick Williams will be in the U.S. title picture. Same with Ilya. Same with Kit. Probably same with Matt Cardona. Damian Priest could probably not be in this match. Probably replaced by like Aleister Black. But he's Triple H's favorite wrestler. He's one of Triple H's favorite wrestlers. He's one of his guys. And him not being on WrestleMania doesn't feel right to me. And I couldn't fit him anywhere else, so I thought he would be in this match. Kit Wilson's entrance at WrestleMania is going to be insane. Ilya needs to be on WrestleMania. So does Carmelo Hayes. I think the ladder match is a great choice. It'll get the crowd hyped. And it'll be a fucking 5-star match if these are the caliber of talent in it. Moving on to the Intercontinental title match. I believe we're getting Dominic Mysterio versus Finn Balor. We've already gotten seeds of the imploding Judgment Day with Liv Morgan and Raquel butting heads. I feel like Dominic will side with Liv Morgan. Finn Balor will split off on his own. He's already had issues with the Judgment Day. He doesn't really interact with them as much anymore. He's been on his own fighting CM Punk. And I think once he loses to CM Punk, he'll turn his focus on Dominic Mysterio. Or maybe Dominic Mysterio and the Judgment Day will cost Finn Balor the match against CM Punk. And he'll turn on Dominic, resulting in a match for the Intercontinental title. I don't think Dominic's going to he's not going to have any matches until WrestleMania. Because of the shoulder injury he suffered recently. I think he's going to wait till WrestleMania to actually fight. So that's why I believe this is going to happen at Mania. Asuka versus Kairi in a singles match. I believe they need to have more women on WrestleMania. They need to have more women on this card. Initially, I had Natalia versus Maxine Dupree on this card, but I feel like that's more of a Monday Night Raw feud than a WrestleMania feud. But I do feel like this is going to end up on the Mania card. They've been building up the implosion of the Kabuki Warriors for a while with how bad Asuka treats Kairi Sane. And especially with Kairi Sane eliminating Asuka from the Royal Rumble. And they uploaded clips backstage of them riding back from the entrance out of the Royal Rumble. And Asuka kicked out Kairi Sane out of the car. And I could see this fully coming together at Elimination Chamber, where Asuka finally just brutalizes Kairi Sane. Maybe Kairi is gone for a month, or maybe Kairi's gone for 2 weeks, and then they fight on a Monday Night Raw and the match gets confirmed for WrestleMania. And I'd have Kairi Sane winning this match. Moving on to Randy Orton versus Gunther. Initially, I had Brock Lesnar versus Gunther, but that seems to not be the direction. I thought they would have hinted at it in the Royal Rumble, but they very clearly made a decision not to have Gunther and Brock Lesnar interact, so they're probably saving that match for SummerSlam. Another legend that Gunther could go after is Randy Orton. Obviously, I don't think Randy Orton's going to retire, but I think the legend killer versus the career killer could be a fun marketing match. These two have had chemistry in the ring before. They've had really good matches at Night of Champion. And I just feel like Randy Orton will try and avenge AJ Styles and John Cena. And Gunther will probably make Randy Orton go to sleep at WrestleMania. Usos versus the Lucha Brothers. The Lucha Brothers will be on the WrestleMania card as a tag team. Obviously, the Usos are some of the biggest wrestlers in WWE, so they have to feature on this card. And they're the tag team champions. I don't see them wrestling in a ladder match. I think that would be too many ladders. So I think it's just going to be a straight up tag team match, and I believe this is a dream match. We've never gotten this match. The Lucha Brothers haven't tagged together in WWE yet, but they were going to in AAA. But Penta got hurt. And I believe this is the time. I believe the Usos are going against Alpha Academy. They need challengers, and I believe Penta and Rey will step up and be the challengers at WrestleMania. Oba versus Brock. I'm so excited for this match. I love Oba. Oba is one of my second favorite wrestler on WWE right now, behind Ilya Dragunov. Brock eliminated Oba from the Royal Rumble. They had a standoff. They had a very intentional standoff that was made to show that something's going to happen later down the road, and I believe that will culminate at WrestleMania with Oba Femi beating Brock Lesnar. These two have to fight against each other. They're the similar archetypes. Massive, muscly dudes. Brock is on the tail end of his career. Oba is on the beginning of his career. They obviously want to make Oba a massive star, and I believe beating Gunther in a quick succession will boost Oba to that star level, and I believe he'll win the World Heavyweight Championship shortly after it. Moving on to my co-main event, I believe. Stephanie Vaquer, Liv Morgan, Raquel Rodriguez. This is what I was talking about earlier with the Liv Morgan and Raquel implosion. Liv Morgan cost Raquel the match against Stephanie on Monday Night Raw in the Philadelphia Street Fight. Liv Morgan also eliminated Raquel from the Royal Rumble. After the match, Liv Morgan made it very clear that she's going after Stephanie Vaquer at WrestleMania. So Stephanie versus Liv is guaranteed, but I believe Raquel will be added to the match due to the fact that she will turn on Liv Morgan and attack her and make this a triple threat. So that's why I believe that's the match. And, this is my co-main event. I still believe Bianca Belair will make it back in time for WrestleMania, and I believe Bianca Belair versus Jade Cargill is the match to have at WrestleMania. I believe Bianca's going to win the Elimination Chamber and challenge Jade Cargill. They've had a unfinished story since before Elimination Chamber last year. I was at the show Jade Cargill returned at, where Bianca won the Elimination Chamber to challenge Rhea. I think this will be a fun dynamic now that Jade is a heel. This makes a lot more sense than when they were both faces. Bianca is the ultimate babyface. Jade is doing some of the best work of the career as a heel. And I believe this match is just inevitable. They have to happen. They teased it at the Royal Rumble when Jade debuted. They were tagged for a long time. Then they split up. Now Bianca has been injured for a long time with her fingers. And I believe if she is able to make it back before Elimination Chamber, she will win Elimination Chamber and challenge Jade Cargill. On to my main event. There's not much to say. This is the only match that is confirmed on Monday Night Raw. CM Punk and Roman Reigns had a fantastic promo battle that resulted in Roman saying that he will challenge CM Punk at WrestleMania because he hates him. Not because he's the biggest star or that the world title means something. It's that he hates CM Punk and he wants to beat him. So that's my WrestleMania 42 card. If you guys disagree, please like, comment, and subscribe. And tell me your opinions in the comments. Bye.